strong wind blows frothy waves over a rocky shore.
Wavewash protection. During periods of strong winds and high water, wind-driven waves can scour and erode a levee or embankment. This is referred to as wave wash.
Using a combination of plastic sheeting, sandbags, and other materials can minimize wave wash. Plastic sheeting comes in rolls that are 10 feet by 20 feet by 10 mil. Other sizes and thicknesses are not recommended.
Workers roll out plastic sheeting over dry grass. A worker uses a mallet to tamp down a stake.
Beginning at the upstream end of the area to be protected, 2-foot 1 by 3 inch wooden stakes are driven into the ground along the levee shoulder. The stakes are spaced 4 feet apart, with every other stake staggered 1 foot to avoid weakening the levee.
The workers tamp down the wooden stakes, others roll out the black plastic sheeting.
Below the stakes, the plastic sheeting is rolled out just above the area being protected.
Once the sheet is rolled out, they grab the sheet and lift it.
Several flood fighters hold the 2 edges of the plastic and shake it out to create a 10-foot deep envelope. Position the envelope's open edges so they face the top of the levee. The flood fight crew stands on one edge of the plastic and opens the envelope. Knotted sandbags are thrown inside to the bottom of the plastic, about 1 foot apart.
Workers tie sandbags.
The knotted bags are 1/3 full and can be easily tied by holding one of the corners and spinning the bag.
Holding a bag by the corner, a worker pushes the bag around in a circle, creating a tight spiral. He places the bag on the ground and ties the spiral in a knot.
Once the tied bags are positioned in the envelope, tie-down buttons are fastened through both layers of the plastic.
A worker places a button underneath the plastic. She holds the sheet around the button and twists the plastic around it tightly, then secures a yellow clip around the button. She threads a piece of twine through the clip.
Then baling twine is used to secure them to the stakes.
Several other workers secure clips to the buttons on the sheet. They pull the twine through the clips. A worker walks towards the wooden stakes, holding one end of the twine, and ties it around a stake.
If tie-down buttons are not available, a stone can be used to anchor the twine to the plastic.
A worker places a small stone under the sheet, twisting the plastic around it, then secures it with twine.
Next, a method forming a crisscross design of twine and sandbags adds additional weight to hold the plastic down. Starting on the upstream end of the protection, the twine is tied to the first stake. A knotted bag is suspended down to the middle of the plastic using a half-hitch loop positioned below the knot.
They toss a knotted bag on the sheet.
The twine is not cut. A stake is skipped and the twine is tied to the next stake using another half-hitch. The half-hitch knot is helpful in making any needed adjustments.
A worker picks up a bag.
The next bag is positioned and adjusted so it hangs to the center of the plastic below the stake that was skipped. When 2 to 3 hanging bags have been placed, the same procedure can be started on the second upstream stake. As with the first stake, knotted bags are suspended down to the middle of the plastic.
A worker tosses a bag on the sheet, others drag a plastic sheet down the hill.
To extend the wave wash protection, another envelope is inserted at least 4 feet inside the previous envelope. To create the splice, 4 tie-down buttons are used to fasten the plastic to the stakes. 2 buttons secure the bottom 2 layers, and 2 buttons secure the top 2 layers, 4 feet apart. To complete the splice, sandbags are placed along the seam. If the slope is steep, some bags may need to be tied to a stake to help anchor the row. All seams are then covered with sandbags.
A worker places bags in a tight row along the edge of a plastic sheet. Along the shore, a worker punches holes in a sheet.
Pencil-sized holes are poked in the bottom of the envelope between the inside bags to allow trapped water to drain.
On the hill, workers roll out a sheet over the twine.
If more than a 10-foot width of slope needs protection, another layer of plastic can be placed above the first one. The new layer should overlap the first layer by at least 2 feet. Then the same procedure is followed with plastic sheeting and sandbags tied to the existing stakes.
A worker tosses bags in the envelope.
Finally, all additional seams are covered with sandbags.
At dusk, a worker places sandbags along the entire perimeter of the 2 plastic sheets. Knotted bags lie in the center of the 2 sheets, hanging from the stakes at the top of the hill.